Hi guys, Brian from LifeMax. Today we're going to talk about running with a pulling technique on the Woodway Curve. I'm going to show you the difference between the pushing and the pulling heel strike versus ball strike, in other words, on the Woodway Curve. Now 90% of runners are using the push technique while running. And by doing this, they're either going up, straight up in the air and down and landing hard, or using their hip flexors and their quads, whereby wearing out the smaller muscle groups. When we use the pulling technique, we tend to use larger muscle groups, the glutes and the hamstrings, thus allowing us to generate speed and contract for a long period of time. So in a half marathon or a marathon, the breakdown in cadence is less in pulling than it is in pushing. Later in the races, we also see slower runners' cadence drop. So the ideal would be to keep a high cadence and use more of your hamstrings and your glutes to generate power. So let's look at the push and heel strike. Typically, what we see when we're pushing is the heel strike is outstretched in front of us. So I'm going to exaggerate this. So generally we're going to land there. So when we end this technique, we're going to end all the way at the back. And then you're going to have to use your hip flexors to pull yourself forward and to try and... So I'm just exaggerating a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to see, generally you're going to see heel strike, you're going to see a break in the hips as well. Leaning forward, generally slow cadence, low speed. So now the difference is now, we're going to just move over to the ball strike, which is basically the ball of your foot. With that technique, you're landing, bringing the leg up towards the glutes. You're going to be in almost like a figure 4 position with a nice good posture. So what I'm going to demonstrate to you now is, I'm going to go from the pulling technique, we're going to go into the push technique, from the push to the pull, and you can see the difference. So obviously you're going to exaggerate a little bit. You can see the break, see the low speed. So now I'm going to clean it up. Ball strike. Suddenly my posture is more upright. And there we go. Cadence up and generating more speed. There you can see the difference. So getting this technique right will save you a lot of time and energy while running. And maybe less prone to pick up any injuries. Because obviously you're using more larger groups of muscles to generate the energy and the push forward. Thank you for joining me, and next week we're going to talk about interval training on the Woodway Curve.